Okay, in this video, I would like to let you know how to use ggplot to draw the scatter graph. So, uh, as I just said before, you can create a basic graph using ggplot. You just let state R know what's your data and what's your x, what's your y, and you will create a basic graph object called this. And then the next thing is you just add the genome function. And what kind of genome function you want to add, it depends on your research. So if you want to put the scatter plot, that you can use this genome points. That's the layers in ggplot2. And how many layers, what kind of type of layers or genome function you can put, you can look at this website. And you will see is here. They will just let you know, instead of the genome points, you can also put the bar chart or box plot or density and a lot of map or even map online points. Points is the thing we will discuss is the scatter plot. So there are several functions you can look. And if you click, you can see some example. Okay. So here I just introduced the genome points. So if you add this function, it will combine the thing you just create. This is the object plus the point. And the points will based on the x is the family individual income and y is family income. So that will generate like this. This is your x, this is your y. Okay, so you can implement this based on here. So that's basically is you just, if you want to make more element on your graph, you just add more genome function or add more some function we will introduce to revise your graph. So here is you already generate this object, and the next thing is based on this object you want to add some data points, scatter plot. Then you can implement and you will have a graph here, and you can save it and that's something demonstrate here. Okay, so basically it's plot the relationship between your income, individual income, and your family income. So of course there's some positive correlation. And usually I does not really specify the y and x in the ggplot function. I will put in the genome. And if you put that here, it's just for this scatter plot. Because sometimes you might have other plot, other layers you want to add. So usually when you specify what's your x and what's your y, you might put just within the genome function. So you can specify the respective aesthetics when you add these layers. Okay. So that's my prefer. I usually put here rather than here. Okay. And the next thing is you can add more properties. So the genome function, you can also let them know what's the size of the point, what's the shape of the point. So 2 represents some kind of shape. And what's the color of the point? What's the stroke of the point? So stroke is control the thickness of the point boundary. So if the number is bigger, that will become more thickness of the boundary. So if you do that, it will generate the graph looking like this, So you can play with this. I just mentioned. It will generate the new graph like this. Okay. And all very important things is you should add the label when you draw the graph. So you can just simply plus. It will just add the label. So the labels is you can specify the title of the graph and also the title of the axis and y-axis. So using this label. So the name for the axis is individual income, Y is family income, and the title, the main title is the relationship between the family income and individual income. Okay, so if you do that, they will generate this. And however, if you want to manipulate the word here, for example, the size or the colors, that's the job of the thing function, not the labels function. So here I just show you what the lay function will generate. It will generate things like this. Now you will have the title for the graph and y and axis. Okay. But you might want to change the titles, colors, or size of the words. You can use this function. So you just add this function. For example, you can just the specific sub function you can use within the thing function is plot title and the element text that are no. You want to specify, you want to change the title's colors and the size of the words and the length, and that will generate like this, become like blue something. Okay. And then you might also want to change your either the title but also the axis title. So Y or X or Y. Okay. And also again element text, and you can specify the size of the word you want to change. Okay. And that will change the size of the word here. So that's something you can play to customize for your graph. And then you might also want to indicate each color by some category, by gender, for example. You can use the scale color menu. That's you might want to color your points based on the gender, based on the sex. So you can specify the legend's name and the value of your color. So blue is represent male, red represent female. Okay, that will look like this. So you can all play with this by implement the code here. Okay. So I will not discuss too much. And then finally, you might also want to specify the lower bound and upper bound of the x, lower bound and upper bound of the x using this function, coordinate. They kind of like specify your coordinate system. So x limit, y limit. And that will change just only for all the x below 50,000 and 500,000 for the y. So they will just generate part. And you can also add more layers. So here you add the point, and you can also add the smooth function and put the method. Oh, here's typo. I will put it here, there. You put here in the smooth. This generate the regression line for you. And LM means linear function, linear regression. And you will add this layer to you. So basically you can add more layer, more GMO function. This is a scatter plot, this is the regression line, and you can add more if you want. Okay, so that's all for the scatter plot, scatter graph.